11 a.m. I've made it. Made it on time. Woohoo. Oh, welcome along. It's so good to be here. It's nice to see the sun coming out today. It's been raining last couple of days, and it's interesting to listen to people and what they speak about, because it's been really, really dry. Like the ground outside is just brown. It's just because it hasn't been raining. And then, while it's not raining, people talk about how dry it is, how low water levels are, and really focusing on the negative. Like I took a photo the other day of some little birds sitting on our deck, and they were just sitting on the wire on the railing. I was going to say the fence around the deck, but the railing around the deck, it's got wire on it. And there were two little birds there, and the photo was of the birds, and people were commenting on how brown the grass was in the background rather than these two little birds that were just beautiful. And so the focus was on the negative. And then as soon as it starts raining, they're focusing on the fact that it's raining and it's inconvenient. And this is where we really need to start looking at what we're focusing on, where our focus is, so that we can start creating the life that we want, because it's what you focus on that what you'll create. So instead of, say, well, in the case of the photo of these birds, I chose to focus on these birds and how beautiful they were. And yeah, the grass is brown in the background, but that is what it is. But rather than focus on it and then create more of that, I'd rather focus on the abundance and the beauty and of nature, and trust that everything is working out perfectly. And then when it rains, get excited about the fact that it's raining and that this amazing part of life is taking place, because we need water and we need the rain, and it's all part of the process. And it's just beautiful. So, rain to me isn't an inconvenience. It's just something that it's an amazing thing. Probably, if anything, in winter it gets a bit colder when it's raining. That's the only thing, which being in Queensland, Australia, go ahead, laugh at me if you think it's cold. If you think that I think it's cold. But I know it's not as cold as some parts of the world, but it gets a bit chilly. But today the sun's out, it's beautiful. And now, because it's been raining, things are a bit greener and they're all sitting up. All the plants are sitting up and just enjoying life, going, thank you for the rain. So have a really good think about what you're focusing on. Take a really good look at, or become aware of, what's happening in your mind, what you're actually thinking of. When things happen, what does that trigger in your mind? What kind of thoughts? And are they thoughts that are going to create a positive outcome for you, or are they thoughts that are going to create a negative outcome? So that plays such a big role in the outcome of your life, what you're actually thinking, because there is so much going on in this world that we don't even notice. The only things that we notice is where our focus is, and that comes down to our belief system and everything that we've grown up with and the way that we see the world. So if you choose to see the world as a good place, you will receive a lot more good into your life than if you choose to see it as a negative place. So if you start focusing on the good things, and say, for instance, the weather, focus on the rain being just as important and just as good and as exciting as the sunshine. And that will just change your whole day. Instead of having a miserable day, you'll have a fun day, or a more exciting day, or a more interesting day anyway, if you allow it to be a good part of your life instead of a negative one. So take a really good look at what you're thinking, because if you think something negative is going to happen, then chances are it will happen. And even take a step back when when something does happen. Take a step back and look at what you were thinking. I went to a meetup the other day, and I'm going to share some photos that have just been posted of the meetup. And one of the women who, or the woman who was speaking there, Jenny Seville, she's a champion golf player, and she tours around talking about the mindset of golf. And it's really no different. The mindset to playing golf is no different to the mindset of playing life. You can apply it everywhere. And one of the examples that she gives is when someone's playing golf and they come up to an area where there's water. Their focus immediately goes on the water, and they'll get out an old golf ball because they expect their ball to go in the water. And she said, hey, congratulations, you've just proved yourself right. You've done exactly what you said you would do. So instead of focusing on the water, focus on the goal. Focus on where the hole is, where you're working to, and you can apply that to any area of your life. Don't focus on the negative things along the way. Don't focus on the doors that are closing, because they're actually really exciting, because that is guiding you to show you that's not the direction you're meant to go. Look at everything in the universe as a sign, as a message. And if something doesn't go right, don't get upset about it. Get excited, because it's guiding you in the direction that you need to go. But in the case of, say, there's water there, don't focus on the water. Focus on your goal. Focus on where you're going to. Mindset plays such a huge role in the outcome of your life. So get in there and become aware, become a master of your thoughts. In the subconscious will always be there, and playing in the background, but that's where you need to become aware of it and pay attention to it, so that you can start to go, okay, all right, well, I'm thinking this, I don't want to think that, and then start creating new paths. And it takes time to create new neural pathways, but it is possible to create a new thought pattern and a new belief. It is possible. Just because you've grown up with a certain belief of something doesn't mean that needs to rule your life and be the outcome of your life. You have the opportunity to create your life the way that you want to, and to believe what you want to. So become the master of your thoughts. Become aware of what you're thinking. If you think, oh, it's too hard, it is. It's not that it's too hard. It is something that you need to take time to master. But give yourself a break and go, yep, okay, all right, I'm onto this, and just keep working at it. What did they say? Progress, not perfection. That's what you want to aim for. But become aware of your thoughts and start becoming a master of your thoughts, and start thinking the way that you want to think to create the life that you want to achieve. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know. Send me a message, leave a comment. But I shall be back on Monday at 11 a.m. and that's Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it's GMT plus 10 if you want to work it out for another time zone. But thank you very much for your company, and I shall see you on Monday. Thanks. Bye.